again, YouTubers, and today we'll be highlighting once again the National Secular Society newsline and be looking at a piece that was posted Sunday the 15th of March. Council Prayer Bill, no triumph for democracy. Now, a bill enabling local authorities in England to hold prayers as part of their official business and to support and facilitate religious events has cleared its latest hurdle and is set to become law. Now, the Private Members Bill, introduced with assistance from the Department of Communities and Local Government, would reverse the High Court's decision in 2012 in favour of the National Secular Society, and Clive Bone versus Bideford Town Council, which ruled that councils had no powers to hold prayers during meetings. Now, on the 13th of March, during the committee stage debate in the House of Lords, a number of peers strongly criticised the local government religious, etc. observance bill. Now, Lord Avebury, the Liberal Democrat, a National Society honorary associate, said that it is no triumph for democracy if the local authorities and other bodies covered by this bill are given power to impose something which is bound to divide members from one another according to their religion or belief. And that's what's basically happened. What happened going back to 2012 is that Mr. Bone, a councillor for Bideford, got a bit fed up with constantly having to have religious observances within his council meetings and said, well, surely that this should be kept separate from the council meeting. And it was decided that you could hold a religious ceremony, as it were, but only before a meeting or after it, not during the meeting itself. But now you can, it's come back, and of course this will be mainly a Christian meeting. Usually a vicar, etc., comes in to the meeting and does their bit. It usually happens at the beginning of a council meeting, and in theory you can sit outside and wait for it to finish. I've been along myself to the Northampton Borough Council meetings and what they tend to do is have it right at the beginning, and it's still there included within the meeting itself. It's there on the minutes, and the problem is when you are in one of these chambers, you walk in through these great big doors that are opened up. There's an very old building with beautiful old chambers. You walk in through that door, and then you have a place where the public can be. And I'm only talking, of course, from the Northampton point of view. I haven't been to all the council meetings, but there is this place where the public can sit around the meeting, and sealed off is sort of some wooden stalls, if you like, that the council members themselves go into that part where they've got set up their own little chairs, etc. Now, what happens at the beginning of the meeting is everybody takes their places, and then the mayor comes in. The mayor comes in, goes up to chair the meeting right at the front, and then says, pronounces the meeting open, and then goes on to the prayers. Now, you do have to be quite brave, I should say, quite brave to stay out of that meeting, then make an entrance through these great doors, which is a bit like coming into a big old church in the middle of a meeting. And you walk in through the doors, you then got to walk in, go through the gateway that leads you into the where the councillors sit, and sit there. Not many people would do that. Not many people would be brave enough to do that. They'd rather sit through the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever it takes of religious bullshit. And I can't see many people protesting in that way, but I do encourage them to do so. Any councillors out there that feel that they don't want to be involved in this. Another thing is, I don't know exactly what the vicars, etc., that come to preach at these meetings get paid, but I'm sure they have some form of monetary help, as it were, or a charitable giving or fund that's given to these people. I can't say for sure, I haven't looked into it, but I doubt whether they do it entirely for free, and something well worth looking into. However, it looks like they're back. It's back. You've really, it does say within this that you can, if you want, sort of stay out of it, but you've got to be brave. You've got to really show that you don't want to be involved in the religious nonsense at a council meeting. There is no reason whatsoever that there should be some religious observance at a public meeting, which is a political meeting. It is a nonsense. Sadly, it's going to come back, and it's going to come back for the very reasons that in the past I've made videos saying that many of the people up in power now are pushing forward a religious agenda, and that's the way it goes. We've got to keep an eye on it, and I do urge any councillors out there to do their own little protest by, well, really disrupting a meeting by walking in. Remember, once the Lord Mayor has sat down and all the rest and it's all in order, it does take a bit of guts to walk into that meeting and not to be frowned upon. However, that's the one for today. Council Prayers Bill. Peace.